What is up, YouTube? ExpressMe64 here, and Thomas is back.
Yummers.
It's been a rough 5 years, but this is honestly the most excited I have been for the brand in years. We got a whole new diecast range, a revamp to Trackmaster, and a whole bunch of anniversary toys. Safe to say, it's an exciting time to be a Thomas fan. I have been saying this forever, but the best way to keep Thomas relevant would be to make it a legacy brand just like Transformers, and it seems like that's exactly what's happened. This revamp is set to launch in the summer, and you can bet I will be there day one. Because of how hyped I am, I just want to take a moment and discuss some of my hopes for this new wave. Now, I'm not going to be like, oh, I hope they make Boko, Class 40, Stepney, etc. That would be cool, but these are going to be more realistic hopes. There will be some characters I mention here and there, but for the most part, I'm not going to get too delusional. If you want to see that, check out my Classic Series video. So, our first one, I want this to be a set based around Farquhar. Now, when was the last time we got any merch for Farquhar Station? Tomy? Like, come on. It's one of the most iconic locations in the show. It was literally in the intro, like, come on, what are we doing here? The fact we don't have any merch of this place is insane. Personally, that would have been the perfect anniversary set for me. Just have it being oval, include Farquhar, a windmill, and a tunnel. And while we're talking about Farquhar, we desperately need more location. Based on the set we have right now, it looks like they're keeping the Revolution track system, but not going over the top with the gimmicks. This is perfect, and in the set we see a station similar to Vickerstown. It isn't called Vickerstown for some reason, but I don't care, it's Vickerstown. That is a perfect start for this wave. I hope we get more destinations, like the last Tidman sheds we got was the Super Station, which came out before Nia and Rebecca were introduced. Do you realize how insane that is? Please, just give us more destinations instead of all the generic stuff we've been getting for the past couple years. Next we have my biggest and most important one. We need rolling stock. For some reason, Thomas Merch hates to give us rolling stock. Sure, we get trucks, but I'm talking about coaches, flatbeds, mail cars, tankers, utilities, brake vans. The express coach Gordon got is giving me hope, and it really shouldn't. I'm in desperate need of express coaches because I film what Take and Play. So I'm mainly more excited for the diecast line. If we get express coaches for that line, I will never shut up about it. But I fear they won't bother making rolling stock and will instead just reuse the same ones they're using for Trackmaster, which would suck and would be such a disservice. All I need is just like a 5-pack with Thomas and express coach, a milk tanker, a flatbed that can hold an engine, that's very important, a mail car, and a brake van. Please, Mattel, I know you watch my videos. Keep it in your notes. Next, I want some variants. Look at like the OG themes like Wooden Railway and Take and Play. You got stuff like metallic engines, special moments, and random tie-ins. I want that all back. We are getting that Railway Series Thomas, but it seems like that's just going to be the yearly variant they normally do. I would just love brand new metallic engines. So that's mainly what I want. But you know, a roller coaster Percy would be pretty epic. For this new wave, I also want a mix of old and new stuff. Like, of course, I would love the Skarloey engines, but I also want them to make characters like Rebecca, Sunny, and even Bruno. While some of us might not want them, there's a whole group of kids who grew up with them, so it would just be a disservice to them to just abandon those characters. Them putting Duck in the same wave as Nia is an indicator that this is going to be the plan, and honestly, I'm okay with it and I'm all for it. So another weird one is I want actual buffers. I hate those Trackmaster 2 ones so much. They're so ugly and come in such weird colors. Like, why are you orange? Ew. Just give us buffers. I know the set has ramps. I know it does. I know the set has ramps. I don't care. Give us actual buffers. Now, for this whole revamp, I want them to make actual people. I know it's a choking hazard. I promise not to eat them. Just redo what y'all were doing with wood. I really like that. Give us more human figures, and while we're at it, give us some animals. How can I recreate Cow on the Line if I don't have a cow? Like, come on. This next one is pretty important. I wrote down that they need to be decently priced. I think it was leaked that the diecast line will be about $5 each, which is perfect. Not sure how true that was, or if it was in USD or what, but that's ideal. Trackmaster has stayed the same price since the 2008 recession, so I'm not too worried about that. Just don't overprice the sets, please. They also need to be readily accessible. The Thomas section in stores is practically non-existent, Target doesn't even carry push on, that's Walmart only. Mattel needs to really rethink all of this and get to work. No more Walmart exclusive and make a new page on Amazon. Those shirts are a sign that Amazon will be the main place to buy Thomas merch going forward, and while that is smart, please don't abandon physical stores. Now, for the one that I see everyone talk about, Oliver. I absolutely hate the Playroll Oliver so much. He's overpriced, overrated, and he's ugly? Bruh. Like, damn, all that hype and he's still ugly. Wouldn't let that happen to me though. Have standards. They made Duck, so I'd assume they'd make Oliver eventually. I mean, they did make him in Adventures, which was somewhat recent. Like, I made my channel around the same time he dropped, and that was only 7 years ago. But yeah, Trackmaster Oliver, he's probably going to come out in like 3 years or something. I wouldn't get your hopes up too crazy about it, but I don't know. I feel like it's something they do. Now, this next one is vital for Thomas to remain strong. There needs to be brand synergy. Mattel has been really pushing Thomas as one of their big IPs, so treat it like that. Make a Barbie dressed as a driver or a Hot Wheels birdie. Make a new Thomas Uno card set. The sky's the limit. Make that train interweaving in every aspect of your life. This is the gateway to the island of Sodor. This is how you get their attention. And Mattel, I saw that brick shop. Make Thomas sets. I give Denmark so much money already, so please give them some competition. Make a D2C Thomas. I'll stand ready for its arrival. All in all, Thomas fans are finally starting to catch a wind. The world is a bit brighter, the air isn't as smoky, and I can see just a bit better. I cannot wait for summer, and you best believe I am collecting that entire diecast line. Trackmaster, I'll probably skip it, but diecast, you're mine. I hope my wallet's ready. Anyway, what's your biggest hope for this new revamp? Let me know in the comments down below. Can you imagine if in a year from now Mattel is going bankrupt and all of this is cancelled and scrapped? That would sure suck. Anyways, ExpressMe64 signing out. Farewell.